Welcome to the IPC Apex 2025 Decode podcast. Today we have Tim Kang on from Hanwha. Now, we were all very impressed with Hanwha from our buddy Caleb Chenoweth out in Canada, and he kept talking up about it. And then he bought the newer version, right? And then I recently got to go see a demo of the I forget what model it was, but it was they have an upgraded model about that with that had to 10 nozzles on it, right? It's like I forget what he said, 80,000 CPH, something like that, or
100,000.
100,000. Yeah, it's like I was just like, what? And the footprint, right? It's not that much bigger than this right here, right?
Goodness.
So it's amazing to watch and see. But while I was there at my local reps, he showed me products that you guys have that like blew my mind. And we love this type of inventions because what you're doing is going to push everyone else to catch up, I believe.
Sure.
So what I seen over there and what he was showing me was it's dual lane, right? Everybody has heard of dual lane before. But this technology that I seen was amazing. It's like 2-in-1. So, for example, on the pick and place, you could run one job on the front, and then on the backside, run a completely different job with different conveyor lengths,
That's amazing. It would be really cool if we had somebody from the company that makes that available.
Who could
to
talk
speak
about it?
about
I
that.
want to talk about what else I seen there too, and then you can talk about it because it's just amazing. The other one I want to talk about is the dual lane oven, because what was even crazier, you could run lead on one side and lead-free profile on the other side.
That's what really blew my mind.
And there's no cross-contamination like that. It was just amazing and mind-blowing. It was like,
How did you even approach that? That seems like a crazy thing to even try to do.
Well, we know that a lot of our customers are very space constrained. But, they have a lot of jobs to run. They don't have space to add another line. Or, they have to move or get a new factory. And a lot of our customers here in North America, they have high mix, low volume. They need a lot of flexibility. They need to run jobs on the fly. So our enhancements kind of evolved out of that, try to maximize the flexibility of what they can do. And traditionally, all pick-and-place manufacturers already had dual lane. We just didn't have the other capability in the SPI, AOI, and the reflow ovens that could really make them independent dual lane. So we've worked with our partners in Korea. TSM is a partner for reflow ovens, and we've developed a customized oven that has twin chambers, independent chambers, so you can run different profiles, and different speeds. So it's really like having two machines in one.
it's just mind-blowing.
Yeah, and that flexibility really is tailor-made for the North American contract manufacturing market, right?
Yeah.
Everybody that we talk to in the contract manufacturer space, well, the lion's share of them at least, you keep hearing high mix, low volume, high mix, low volume, high mix, low volume. So that's I think that's something that resonates with you guys.
The idea behind high mix, low volume isn't necessarily to run low volume, right? It's that every job lot size is small. The better your system is, the better your equipment and your processes are, you can still run overall high volume even when you're running a high mix. It's just you're not running high volume of any independent job. So that's what I'm looking for in suppliers when I'm looking at equipment is even though we're going to be running a ton of different jobs that none of them are high numbers, we still need to run a high number overall every month, to make things work.
Exactly right. I think CPH is kind of overrated. So even though we have 100,000 maximum CPH for our XM520 series, that's not the number that we want to emphasize. It's the number of products you can get out the door in a total day, in a day or in a week.
Sure.
My background is in aerospace engineering. And, when I was in grad school, I was researching personal mobility solutions, how to get people from point A to point B in the shortest amount of time. And, I'm sure you guys realize it's not the actual flight time or the travel time that's important, but it's really the doorstep to destination time that's important. So if you fly to LAX, it's, with the traffic in LA, it's a completely different. Even if you have direct flights going out of LAX, I would rather fly out of Santa Ana and John Wayne. I think it's the same situation with pick and place. I've been in pick and place. I've been doing R&D in pick and place for more than 18 years.
Okay.
And it's finding new ways of placing parts, taking from point A to point B, but in many different ways and many different applications. I've worked on pick and place machines with 25 micron placement accuracy with 100,000 ZPH. I've worked on flip chip bonders with plus minus 5 micron accuracy at 10,000. They call it UPH, units per hour. And I've worked on plus minus 1 micron placement accuracy with 1,500 UPH. And they all have
what are we even saying now?
different requirements. When you're placing a small glass chip that's 40 microns thick, you need to be really slow and have force control when you place that chip. And on the SMT pick and place side, it depends on how many parts you have, how many jobs you have, how many feeder slots you have, and all that kind of translates to a different optimized solution for our customers. So when we talk to our customers, we don't push a particular solution. We want to have all the solutions available. And
it's
then,
dependent upon their need.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Finding the right solution to maximize the use of our equipment. So that's our goal for us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a great point, because I think CPH is kind of a sexy number that everyone likes to pay attention to, but does that actually make the most sense for your process? Is that actually the most valuable?
Well, and like he's saying, so if you're talking about a day of travel, not just being the time in the air, but the time from door to door. So what's your changeover like?
Yeah.
How easy is it to load your feeders? How can you program? If all these things are intuitive and set up in a way that's user friendly, easy to make the changes that you need on the fly, that's what gives us, a strong solution for somebody in my position.
And that's what I liked about the cart system that I seen. It was independent, right? So the operator on A side could do their carts, right? And then B could be loading it and then just plug it in when they're ready to go. And it was like the entire cart system. It wasn't like individual trolleys. It was the entire job is plugged in, right?
Yeah.
And obviously it depends, like you said, a number of feeders, and if you need the JDEC we pick up, right? Yeah, so it's all into that, but it was just cool that it's literally like 2-in-1 almost machines. You know, it's very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't actually got to see it run yet. We were we're gonna have to go over there at some point next
tomorrow.
year. Yeah.
I hear there's a pretty good looking stencil in the booth too.
That's right.
Yeah,
but it's definitely it's definitely very interesting, and I guess comforting to know that there's companies that are looking outside of the box in terms of what's currently available. And like Sean said, to open, like, it only pushes everybody, right?
Yeah.
That competitive nature, it's going to push all the
They have to.
manufacturers.
Every advancement, everyone else has to catch up.
they have to.
Yeah. That's one of the reasons why we're very interested to know how our customers use our machines. The process doesn't stop when we sell the machine, but finding why and how they use the machines really helps us to help them get better efficiencies out of their operations. So customers like Caleb up in Canada at Genpack, the CPH of the machines that he uses aren't very high, but he really gets a lot
he maximizes
productivity out of those machines. He doesn't have a lot of docking carts either, but the way he uses the machines really maximizes production, and that's one of the things that we try to actively work with our customers to make sure they can get the best out of their machines.
Yeah, because other people may be trying to sell him a solution that's bigger than what he needs, right? And you're like, no, you know what you're doing. You're obviously using this equipment perfectly fine the way you're doing it. So,
On having that robust after-sale relationship with your customers, that just creates a treasure trove of fodder for future development, right?
Yeah.
You understand how your system's working in their facility, and then you start getting the asks. Well, I really like this, but this would be cool. And then that just feeds the fire of continual improvement and development within any
think
product
about
line.
our dynamic when you sell me a stencil and I use it and I give you as many data points as I can find on how it worked for us, right? That dynamic helps you a ton, but it also means the next time that I need that solution, I will feel confident that you've already got it handled, you know? So,
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, we know that you have a busy schedule, and we're super grateful for your time. So thank you very much for joining us. And
we also just want to thank Hanwha for the support that you've shown the cast. It was, you know, this event wouldn't have been possible without supporters like you, and we greatly apprate that.
Well, thank you for having me on the show. I'm a big fan of the show.
Oh, thank you.
So I'm very happy to be here, and I'm looking forward to speaking with you guys often.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah,
we'll see you over at the Hanwha booth a little bit later.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you.